Uh, so we are four devotees: Manidhar Prabhu, Sharanagata Mataji, and Puja Mataji, and myself. So we'll take turns. So I'll read first, and then Sharanagata Mataji, and Manidhar Prabhu, and Puja Mataji. So Hare Krishna, we are reading today the Nectar of Instruction book, text 4 by Srila Prabhupada. So we'll read 2 pages everyone, turn by turn. ददाति प्रतिगुह्याति गुह्यमाख्याति पुच्छति भुक्ते भोजयते चैव षड्विधिं प्रीतिलक्षणम्. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasada and offering prasad are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee to another's. So, purport. In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami explains how to perform devotional activities in the association of other devotees. These are 6 kinds of activities: giving charity to the devotees. Second, accepting from the devotees whatever they may offer in return. Third, opening one's mind to the devotees. Fourth, inquiring from them about the confidential service of the Lord. Fifth, honoring prasad or spiritual food given by the devotee. And sixth, feeding the devotees with prasad. An experienced devotee explains, and inexperienced, inexperienced devotee learn from him. This is Guhya Akhyati Prachiti. Prachati. Prachati. When a devotee distributes prasad, remnants of food offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in order to maintain our spirit of devotional service, we must accept this prasad as the Lord's grace, received through the pure devotees. We should also invite pure devotees to our home, offer them prasad, and be prepared to please them in all aspects. This is called bun- bhunkte bhojante chaiva. Even in ordinary social activities, these 6 types of dealing between two loving friends are absolutely necessary. For instance, when one businessman wishes to contact another businessman, he arranges a feast in a hotel and over the feast openly express what he wishes to do. He then inquires from his business friend how he should act, and sometimes presents are exchanged. Thus, whenever there is a dealing of priti or love in intimate dealings, these 6 activities are in first. These first activities are executed. So, Hare Krishna, Sharanagata Mataji, please go ahead and read.
Mataji, I'll read last. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Manithar Prabhu, please.
Okay. In the previous verse, Srila Rupa Goswami advised that one should renounce worldly association and keep company with the devotees. Sangha Tyagat Sato Vritehi. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been established to facilitate these 6 kinds of loving exchanges between devotees. This society was started single-handedly, but because people are coming forward and dealing with the give and take policy, the society is now expanding all over the world. We are glad that people are donating very liberally to the development of the society's activities, and people are also eagerly accepting whatever humble contribution we are giving them in shape of books and magazines dealing strictly with the subject matter of Krishna consciousness. We sometimes hold Hare Krishna festivals and invite life members and friends to participate in the feasting by accepting prasad. Although most of our members come from the higher rungs of society, they nonetheless come and take whatever little prasad we are able to offer them. Sometimes the members and supporters inquire very confidentially about the methods of performing devotional service and we try to explain this. In this way, our society is successfully spreading all over the world, and the intelligentsia of all countries is gradually appreciating our Krishna conscious activities. The life of the Krishna conscious society is nourished by these 6 types of loving exchanges among the members. Therefore, people must be given the chance to associate with the devotees of ISKCON, because simply by reciprocating in the 6 ways mentioned above, an ordinary man can fully revive the dormant Krishna consciousness. In Bhagavad Gita 2.62, it is stated, Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha. One's desire and ambitious develop one's desires and ambitions develop according to the company one keeps. It is often said that a man is known by his company, and if an ordinary man associates with the devotees, he will certainly develop his dormant Krishna consciousness. The understanding of Krishna consciousness is innate in every living entity, and it is already developed to some extent when the living entity takes a human body. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 22.107, Nitya Sadha Krishna Preme Sadhya Kabunaya Shravanadi Suddha Chitte Karahi Udaya. Pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the hearts of living entities. It is not something to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, the living entity naturally awakens. Since Krishna consciousness is inherent in every living entity, everyone should be given a chance to hear about Krishna. Simply by hearing and chanting Shravanam Kirtanam, one's heart is directly purified, and one's original Krishna consciousness is immediately awakened. Krishna consciousness is not artificially imposed upon the heart, it is already there. When one chants the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the heart is cleansed of all mundane contamination. In the first stanza of his Shri Shiksha Ashtaka, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Cheto Darpan Marjanam Bahu Mahadavakini Nirvapanam Shreya Kairev Chandrika Vitranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Sparam Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to the Shri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transactional knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Puja Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah, Mataji, I'll start here, but where I have to stop because I don't know the page number now.
Okay. So there is a verse 1.26, and then there will be an explanation, and then you can stop.
1.2.6 Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
After
okay,
that.
Mataji. Okay, where were we? Not only in the chanters of the Mahamantra purified, but the heart of anyone who happens to hear the transcendental vibrations of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is also cleansed. Even the souls embodied in the lower animals, insects, trees, and other species of the life also become purified and prepare to become fully Krishna conscious simply by hearing the transcendental vibrations. This was explained by Thakur Haridas when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from him how living entities lower than human beings can be delivered from material bondage. Haridas Thakur said that the chanting of the holy name is so powerful that even if one chants in the remotest part of the jungle, the trees and animals will advance in Krishna consciousness simply by hearing the vibration. This was actually proved by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself when he passed through the forest of Jharikananda. At that time, the tigers, snakes, deers, and all other animals abandoned their natural animosity and begins chanting and dancing in Sankirtan. Of course, we cannot imitate the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but we should follow in his footsteps. We are not powerful enough to enchant the lower animals such as the tiger, snake, cats, and dogs, uh, or entice them to dance, but by chanting the holy name of the Lord, we can actually convert many people throughout the world to Krishna consciousness. Contributing or distributing the holy name of the Lord is a sublime example of contributing or giving charity. By the same token, one must also follow the Pratigrahanti principle and be willing and ready to receive the transcendental gift. One should inquire about the Krishna consciousness movement and open his mind in order to understand the situation of the material world. Thus, the Guhyam Akhyati Prachitti principles can be served. The members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness invite the society's members and supporters to dine with them, with they hold love feast and all their branches every Sunday. Many interested people come to honor Prasad, and whenever possible, they invite members of the society to their home and feed them spontaneously with Prasad. In this way, both the members of the society and the general public are benefited. People should give up the company of so-called uh, jnanis, karmis, and philanthropists because their association can benefit no one. If one really wants to attain the goal of human life, he should associate with devotees of the Krishna consciousness movement because it is the only movement that teaches us how to develop love of God. Religion is the special function of human society, and it constitutes the distinctions between human society and animal society. Animal society has no church, mosques, or the religious systems in all parts of the world. However, downtrodden human society, maybe there is some system of religion. Even tribal aborigines in the jungles also have a system of religion. When a religious system develops and turns into love of God, it is success. It is successful. It's stated in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. As stated in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6, Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahaitukya apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The supreme occupation means dharma of all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such a devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted in order to completely satisfy the self. If the member of the human society actually want peace of mind, tranquility, and friendly relationship between men and nations, they must follow the Krishna consciousness system of religion, by which they can develop their dormant love for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. As soon as people do so, their minds will immediately be filled with peace and tranquility. In this regard, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wants all devotees engaged in broadcasting the Krishna consciousness movement not to speak to the impersonalist Mayavadis who are always determined to oppose such a theistic movement. The world is full of Mayavadis and atheists, and the political parties of the world take advantage of the Mayavad and other atheist philosophies to promote materialism. Sometimes they even back a strong party to oppose the Krishna consciousness movement. The Mayavadis and other atheists do not want the Krishna consciousness movement to develop because it educates people in God consciousness. Such is the policy of the atheist. There is no benefit in feeding a snake milk and bananas. In feeding a snake milk and bananas, because the snake will never be satisfied. On the contrary, by taking milk and bananas, the snake simply becomes more poisonous. Kevalam visham, kevalam vishavardhanam. If a snake is given milk to drink, its poison simply increases. For a similar reason, we should not disclose our minds to the serpent Mayavadis and Karmis. Such a disclosure will never help. It is best to avoid association with them completely and never ask them about anything confidential because they cannot give you good advice. Nor should we extend invitation to Mayavadis and atheists, nor accept their invitation, for by such a intimate intermingling, we may become affected by their atheist mentality. Sangat sanjayate kama. It is the negative injection of this verse that we should refrain from giving anything to or accepting anything from Mayavadis and atheists. Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also warned Vishayarayana Kaile Dushtaha Yamana. By eating food prepared by the worldly people, one's mind becomes wicked. Unless one is very advanced, he is unable to utilize everyone's contribution to further the Krishna consciousness movement. Therefore, the principle one should not accept charity from the Mayavadis or atheists. Indeed, Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has forbidden devotees to associate with ordinary men who are too addicted to material sense gratification. Mataji, should I stop here or just let me know? I'm also reading from laptop. Okay. The conclusion
Well,
is that, sorry,
uh,
yeah, go ahead.
till text 5 you can read, and you can explain little bit, Mataji.
So should I finish this, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
The conclusion is that we should always keep company with devotees, observe the regulative devotional principles, follow in the footsteps of the acharyas, and in full obedience carry out the order of the spiritual master. In this way, we shall be able to develop our devotional service and dormant Krishna consciousness. The devotee who is neither a neophyte nor a Mahabhagavat, a greatly advanced devotee, but is within the middle status of devotional service, is expected to love the Krishna, supreme personality of a Godhead, make friends with the devotees, show favor to the ignorant, and reject the jealous and demonic. In this verse, there is a brief mention of the process of making loving transaction with the supreme personality of a Godhead and making friends with the devotees. According to the Dadapi principle, an advanced devotee is supposed to spend at least 50% of his income on the service of the Lord and his devotees. Srila Rupa Goswami has set such an example in his life. When he decided to retire, he contributed 50% of his life's earning to Krishna's service and 50% to his relatives and kept sorry and sorry, I messed up with the percentage. Just a second. When he decided to retire, he distributed 50% of his life's earning to Krishna's service and 25% to his relatives and kept 25% for the personal emergencies. This example should be followed by all the devotees, whatever one's income is. 50% should be spent on behalf of Krishna and his devotee, and this will fulfill the demands of the dati. In the next verse, Srila Rupa Goswami informs us what kind of a Vaishnava should be selected as a friend and how Vaishnava should be served. So text 5, we will just read translation, Mataji, or are we reading text 5?
I was thinking you can explain a little bit for the text 4.
Okay. So
Mm.
to explain text 4, this is nice that text 5's translation is describing that what kind of Vaishnavas or what
Okay.
kind of devotees we should be associating. So I'll just go through the translation. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, that is a diksha, and is engaged in worshipping the deity. And one should associate with the faithful serve one should associate with and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensities to criticize others. Hari Bol, Hari Krishna. So let's go back, Mataji. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to serve. I don't know much more than what you all know. In fact, I'm still learning, but as a service to Krishna, as a service to my Guru Maharaj, and because Mataji said, so I will just say few words about this verse, Dadati Pratiguyanti. This is a very famous verse. My Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Vaisheshika Maharaj, he always quotes this verse, and especially during the disciple sangha, to guide us how should be the relation between the god siblings. But we can expand this verse and we can think about how we can have this friendly relationship with everyone, like everyone in Krishna consciousness. Doesn't matter who is their guru, shiksha guru, or spiritual master. And as we advance in the Krishna consciousness, we can expand this towards like every living being, everyone in this world, not only human, but till the every small living creature. We can extend the same on the same principle. We can have the friendly relationship. So how can we do that? So um, for that, like I was just reading the verse 5, so it is very very important that who should we choose to be with. So person is known by his association. The way they are having the whoever they are associating with, they grab the quality of that person. So we have to very scrutinizingly choose our association first before making this particular exchanges in the very beginning stages of our Krishna consciousness, because like it's very our Krishna consciousness and everything is very delicate that time. And that's why Prabhupada had mentioned very strongly that you should not associate with Mayavadis, do not exchange, do not invite them, or do not do any kind of exchanges with them. Because once you start associating and mingling with them, it will automatically affect, or it will start affecting you. But like advanced devotee like Prabhupada, even if he was with like in New York, he was staying with all these people who never heard of Krishna consciousness. They were drug addict and they were having so many bad qualities, but that didn't affect Prabhupada. So we have to be very careful and do this kind of exchanges, knowing what is our adhikar. So I was just reading yesterday one of the post in one of the spiritual group, and they were stating and they told a story that how Prabhupada, one person, he was actually a thief, and he stole something, and that's why he was put into a jail. And in the jail, he just found Back to Godhead magazine's copy in the trash can. He was reading that, and then he got attracted to Prabhupada's picture, not because of the his divine personality, but he was wearing a gold watch, and he got attracted towards it, and he decided that like I'm going to steal this watch. And his whole journey was explained in that story, that how he approached. He took so much effort to just like we know the story of a thief who wanted to steal the all the wonderful ornaments of the Krishna, and he reaches there, but then while he was taking out the ornaments and putting back to the Krishna, his heart is completely changed. Like that, this devotee also completely changed. But when he accepted, like in front of Prabhupada, that I was attracted because of the watch, Prabhupada removed the watch and gave it to him. And then ultimately, like Prabhupada gave him even initiation. And that time, Giriraj Maharaj is explaining this story, and he was saying that he and the other devotees, one senior devotee also, they were like very surprised. I mean, even one devotee took the objection, but Prabhupada said, I know what I'm doing. So very great personality who are very, very advanced in the Krishna consciousness. They can be in any kind of association, but then they can still they can still stay away from their effect, because they give their association. They never take association of the others. Like a lotus flower, they are always very much their purity they can maintain. But for us, like Prabhupada specifically mentioned, that like in between whoever the devotees are, who are not very advanced and who are not even neophyte, in between whoever are, they should be very careful about like following these principles. So what this principle says, that once you understand and once you know that like these are all the devotees, even among the devotees also, even if they are initiated, sometimes the moods are very different. um, like Adigadadar Prabhu said that like you get attracted towards the devotee whose mood and way of the services matches with yours. So how is that? Like he said that like even the Putana's example, Putana was not at all a devotee, but then he was giving wanted to give a service of feeding Krishna, and it was like a Vatsalya Bhav. For a fraction of a second she had that Vatsalya Bhav, and for that she went directly to the in the association of the elderly gopis and Yashoda Mata and Rohini Mata, whoever they were sitting there. She went directly there. She was not mingling around with the young gopis who are having Madhurya Bhav, or other people who are having like what's Maitri Bhav, but she was having Vatsalya Bhav, so she got attracted. This is like not very great example. It just popped up in my mind, so I'm just sharing with you. But I'm just saying that in general, you get attracted towards like kind of a devotees or kind of your group of the people with whom your mood and then the bhav also aligns, and also the services also aligns. So once you find this kind of a devotee, then you should do these six type of exchanges. It is saying that giving charity to the devotees and accepting from the devotees whatever they may offer in return. And this is very, very wonderful. And throughout Prabhupada's life, he had shown this. I mean, one devotee was writing that, like, how he offered Prabhupada something very valuable. So he thought, like, as a sannyasi, he might not accept it. But Prabhupada accepted it, not because of the value, but because of the intention and the love from that devotee. And he was even wearing. And then later he gave it very in a detached manner. He gave that same valuable thing to other devotee as a loving gift from himself. So it is for us also, from Krishna conscious devotee also, we should give charity. While giving the charity with immense love and with immense thought, we should give the charity to the devotees, but at the same time we should be detached. What the devotee is going to do with the charity, we don't have anything to do with that. And if someone gives us charity, we should like offer it directly first, offer it to the Krishna, and then if you feel appropriate and if it is useful for the others, you can, with the same detached manner, you can give it to the others. But lovingly you can accept that charity, use it, show it to the devotee that you accepted that love. That is the best thing to do. And that increases the relationship between these two devotees. Then opening one's mind to the devotee and inquiring from them about the confidential services of the Lord. So opening one's mind to the devotee is very, very important. We all should have at least one devotee friend where you can really open your mind completely. It's very unfortunate that we don't find, and we see that, like, sometimes you open up your heart and people, go on telling that to others, or they start judging you by that. So we should find a very perfect devotee who can be, little bit advanced, but not very advanced to you, but then you can really, very frankly open up your heart to that devotee, and you can take a guidance from them. And also you can inquire from them the confidential services of the Lord. So you can so currently reading the Jaiva Dharma book, and it's such a wonderful thing that, like, how a sannyasi, a Mayavadi sannyasi, when he see Mayavadi sannyasi, one of the devotee coming to the Varanasi, and that Vaishnava, he was a Vaishnava, and he started chanting the Krishna's name and started crying, and he was in ecstasy, and he shows all the symptoms. And that sannyasi immediately understands that, like, I'm a Mayavadi and I'm not doing something right, because the love that this sannyasi is showing, I mean, this Vaishnava is showing, this is something I want. And then he starts searching a devotee, and then there is a very wonderful description and stories given in the Jaiva Dharma book. Book is written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He explains this story. So in this story, it is explained that how he sannyasi, first he serve a lot. It's nobody explain him and exchanges and explain him all the philosophy. For a long time, even Vaishnavas observed that how, where is this devotee, what is his adhikar, and then they slowly starts opening up and sharing the loving confidential services. So even that Vaishnava he approached to Babaji Maharaj is written everywhere. So Premdas Babaji Maharaj, even in ecstasy, tells him that, like, who are you in the spiritual world and what is your services. So you will come to know from a very advanced devotee this kind of thing. And then you have to also always, always your talk or always your exchanges should be around the Krishna consciousness activity, Krishna's Leela. And you should be able to connect it all the time to the Krishna's Leela. So once we were sitting at my home with all the one very advanced devotee, very very advanced devotee, and we all were god siblings were asking him different questions. So that time that devotee said that, like, when I sit with other devotees and when I do the conversation, I always think of the Krishna. So now you are saying even your name, I'm thinking about the meaning of the name, and I'm trying to connect your one devotee's name to the other devotee's name. And then he explained everyone's meaning of the everyone's name, and then he connected those, like, how you can connect those dot and how you can go closer to the Krishna. He said that, like, even if I'm among the very young devotees, we play a game that look at this object and then remember, like, what you think about the Krishna. So the advanced devotee is always will take you towards the Krishna. So these kind of the people that you should be associating with. And then you can open up your mind, and that time you can even tell your, like, other material problems also, but you should not be asking them for the material solution. Always ask them for the spiritual solution. Even if I'm having this kind of a situation, how can this will get me closer to the Krishna? This should be your mood of asking questions. So many of the time I see that, like, very advanced devotees, they go to the whenever you get their association, the neophyte people and the others, they want to tell more about themselves, and they want to tell so much about their problems, and they don't have the hearing mood of hearing. But with the advanced devotee, you should just go inquire one or two very short question, and maximum time you should listen from them and hear from them very carefully, and these instruction will help you grow in Krishna consciousness. So this is again a very important part. We are talking about the advanced, I mean, I'm adding some things about the advanced devotees also, but then again about the same level devotee, inquire from them about the confidential services. Inquire from them, like me and my god siblings, when we used to meet, we always used to ask that, like, what kind of a services you are doing, what kind of a reading you are doing. So throughout the week, what you understood from that reading. So these are the very helpful exchanges that we can do with the devotees. Not always you have to cry that about like, this is my problem. So yeah, you can open up your mind, but at the same time you are open up your mind, which is like this type of book I'm reading, say Jaiva Dharma I'm reading, and in this Jaiva Dharma, this type of a paragraph I came across. So what do you think? What you understand from that? So this type of also exchanges is also called as a opening your mind. Or if by this I understood something like this, but I'm not sure if this is aligning with the scripture. So is this the right way? So this is a conversation that in the Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami want all of us to do with the devotees who are at the same level. And then they are saying that honoring prasadam and then feeding prasadam to the devotees. This is a very wonderful service. I mean, our Krishna consciousness moment is called as like, prasadam moment, because Prabhupada and previous Acharya, they believed in it, that like, cook a prasadam and then feed it to as many people as you can, even if they are devotees, non-devotees. But when you have devotees of same level coming to your house, definitely feed them Krishna prasadam, make a special prasadam from them. And then at the same time, when they are giving you some kind of prasadam, honor that prasadam with respect. Never ever, I heard yesterday only someone was saying, and that like, I don't go to that temple because prasadam is not good in that temple, but I go to this temple. So this is not at all a devotee attitude. Wherever someone is whatever offering you, you should offer, I mean, accept it with a great honor, because this prasadam is nothing but Krishna. He tasted this prasadam, he accepted that food, and his saliva is in that prasadam, his mercy is in that prasadam. So you have to accept the mercy. You accept the way it is coming. Even if Krishna is sometimes making things or situation around you very easy and very comfortable, and sometimes it's very hard and very devastating situation around you. But in both situation, a great devotee, accept it as a Krishna's mercy. He happily go through that, saying that this situation came in my life to teach me something. I mean, my Guru Maharaj's new book is coming, called as a 4 question. And in this, he said that like in any situation, you should never ever say that like in bad situation, why me? Why Krishna is doing this to me, even if I'm doing so many things. No, you have to sit quietly and you have to think about it. How can I serve in this situation also? What can I do? What is my mission? So 4 question, he said, I don't remember, like, it's not, I mean, I should be remembering, but just not on top of my mind right now. But these 4 situation, if you ask in any situation, he says that it will help you understand that this situation is nothing but Krishna's mercy. So like that, this prasadam is Krishna's mercy. So while accepting, you should not be thinking about like, about fulfilling the test birds, like, or like, it's not for your enjoyment, but this mercy is because Krishna is giving you. So with immense happiness, you accept it, but it's not for the material enjoyment. So you have to keep it in mind. So I just said it from the first paragraph, because all the time when you were reading, I took the Nectar of Devotion book in the beginning, so I was searching my book, then I went to the laptop. So I'm sorry I missed some of the reading part, but from the first paragraphs, whatever came into my mind, whatever Krishna inspired me to speak, I shared with you. So thank you, devotees, but please you go ahead and share what is your thought on this verse. Thank you. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Sharanagata Mataji. Thank you so much for explaining so wonderfully. And just wanted to give you your introduction. Maybe Puja Mataji and Manidhar Prabhu don't know because they don't attend Sunday classes. So, Hare Krishna, Sharanagata Mataji is from Clarksburg, Maryland, and my good friend, and she's a disciple of His Holiness Vaishishika Maharaj. And now she got her second initiation too. And she stays with her husband and 2 sons. And she take Bhagavad Gita class on our conference call at every Sunday, and she expressed very nicely Bhagavad Gita. So you both can attend those classes. So please, thank you so much, Mataji. And Manidhar Prabhu, Puja Mataji, would you like to give some elaborate on this verse?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanva Pranam, Guru Shishya Prabhupada. Thank you for a wonderful explanation, Mataji. Thank you so much. And congratulations on your initiation. Yeah, I think Mataji covered everything in very detail. So there is not much. But this is very important verse actually. We should be associating with the devotees regularly. And, all these 6 things Prabhupada has, Srila Rupa Goswami has mentioned here. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for congratulating, and that keep me in prayers so that we can do this loving kind of exchanges and associate with more and more devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. And my son is very much inspired from His Holiness Visheshika Maharaj.
Hari Hari.
So definitely I will tell him to read the new books that is coming up. 4 questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do you live, Ma Prabhuji?
I live in Reading, Mataji,
Oh,
which is
really?
like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, very nice. I stayed there. My son is born in Reading.
Oh, really?
Yes,
That's
yes,
good.
yes. When we
It must
moved
be a
from,
long time back then.
yeah, in 2000 to 2001, we were there in Reading.
Okay.
Yeah. So as a service to Guru Maharaj, I ordered 50 copies of this book, and I'll send it to you, Prabhuji, once I'll get this. These are pre-orders they are taking right now. It is still in the process of printing.
Okay.
I'll definitely send it for your son, Prabhuji. So
Yeah, you
thank
can keep it or give it to Shamasika Mataji. Actually, they will be coming to the TSI on this next week. I don't know if the book will be there yet at that time. Yeah,
Not yet,
but,
Prabhuji. It is still
okay.
it's still in the process of printing.
Okay.
As soon as it will come out, I'll definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
In
Thank you.
fact, we will be happy to come to Reading, visit Reading sometime. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So,
definitely, Mataji.
thank you.
You're
Thank
always
you so
welcome.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hare
Yeah.
So, Manidhar Prabhu, I just want to give his introduction and Puja Mataji introduction too, so that you
Yes.
can know each other. So, Manidhar Prabhu is also from Reading, Pennsylvania, and he is disciple of His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj and his wife Anuradha Devi Dasi too. And they are serving this conference call since last 2014 or 15, and all technical services he do, like doing the Zoom live call on YouTube and a recording of this call. So he's
Very
always
well.
there for us. Yeah. And he was taking Bhagavad Gita class at evening 8 o'clock, but now I think they finished it and they were reading Krishna book, so they also finished it. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
and
Wonderful.
Puja, yes, Mataji. And Puja Mataji is from Delhi. She is connected by her Grace Rupini Padma Mataji, and now she is married to um, she got married and she moved to Australia. Now it is 11 or 12 a.m. there, but still she every day at 11:30 she joined the class and she give the association, and also all technical support she gives to us from long time. So
Very well.
that's the devotees.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Your class was really wonderful, and I think Mataji has taken one uh, Bhagavatam class also.
Yeah,
I
long
think
back I used to take
yeah,
Bhagavatam classes,
yeah,
Mataji.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. In the
I have
same
attended your
conference.
class. Yeah, I attended your class, Mataji. It was really nice.
Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much.
Mataji.
Yeah.
So you should come more often, Mataji, now Bhagavatam
Yeah,
class
Mataji,
also.
please do come.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Just now, at the time of Brahman initiation, Guru Maharaj had instructed that like keep on teaching. So I'm seriously going to now, take his instruction as it is, and will definitely serve as much as I can. But when you were talking about the Mataji and his determination, I was reading this verse, Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radokshaje Ahaitukya Pratihata Yayatma Suprasiddhati. So nothing is stopping Mataji, and motivational, uninterrupted service Mataji is doing. So I'm really, really glad to have your association, Mataji and Manidhar Das Prabhuji. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So I will give Rupini Padma Mataji your number for the Bhagavatam classes scheduling. So then you can start here also. So Mataji always give lots of references and her practical experience she shared. So the class is very live and so informative classes. So thank you so much, Mataji, for giving your association today. Anyone
Thank you so much, Mataji. I mean, Shamarasika Mataji engaged me in this service, so I'm always very, very greatly grateful to Mataji. From
Thank you
so
so
many
much.
years, she engaged me in this service, and she is so advanced devotee, but she very humbly come and listen to whatever I'm saying and whatever I'm sharing. So thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Anybody has any question or comment? Okay. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
Mataji, and yeah, in your class you explained so nicely that we should have one devotee friend that we can exchange
Hmm.
our feelings. But yeah, unfortunately, sometimes we don't get and we share, and they will tell everybody. So with that
Hmm.
fear, we don't share them anything.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
so that is
Adigadadar Prabhu stress on this point so much. He says that like you have to have, otherwise, I mean, and he gave references to all the previous acharya that like how, Sanatan Goswami and like everyone's he tells like who was their friend with, what were their exchanges. So it's very, very important that like because sometimes in our devotional life we have so much trouble, and like not every time we can take guidance from our spiritual master. They are not always approachable, so we should have one senior devotee who is guiding us and one devotee who is up the same level where you can really open up and like tell all your heart to them, and your Krishna conscious experiences also exchanges. So it's really always nice to have that, and that helps us in progressing in. And you all are very fortunate that like you both are having your spouses also in Krishna consciousness, where you can open up your heart to them, and you can progress that way. So thank you, Mataji. Yeah.
yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. I mean, we have our Shiksha Gurus, like whoever we brought us into Krishna consciousness, but sometimes they move from we're not living close by, so that
Hmm.
yeah, it affects. Yeah.
Hmm. One more thing we were discussing yesterday when my god sibling was here, and one more thing, like from our experiences, we were, and very few senior devotees also, they advised me that even if we are exchanging our heart, we have so many people to, guide, and so many wonderful devotees are there to follow us. But still, you should have our complete faith in Krishna and this process and Srila Prabhupada, because all others are like our level
मीडियम
devotees,
से
neophyte devotees. They are all also trying and struggling in
तो इसको
Krishna
पूरा मत बना, इसको
consciousness.
यहाँ तक बना दो. Oh, sorry, Mataji.
नहीं नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, तो कुछ नहीं है. So So that's all I wanted to say. That have complete faith in Krishna and process, not in any person. Do not put your faith in any person. Otherwise, when your faith is broken, it will affect your, because that happens very often with the devotees. So that's why I just wanted to share this. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय।
कोटि वैष्णव
जय
की जय, नमः
श्रील
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु
जय
महाराज की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, भगवत गीता की जय, श्रीमद्
जय
भागवतम की जय, नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन की जय,
जय,
की जय।
instruction की जय. So next
जय
Saturday, if Adi Guru Prabhu is not available, we'll read text 5th, right? Page
Okay.
number 61.
Sure, Mataji.
Please
Hari
come
Bol.
next Saturday also, Mataji.
Yes, I skipped my other two classes, Mataji. I thought like let me join
Thank you
because
so
it's
much,
so
Mataji.
nice to read Nectar of Instruction all the time. It's like we should read it like every day. These instructions are for us, like everyday thing.
Hmm. Yes,
Yes, Mataji, it's very practical and it's a handbook for a devotee.
So true, so true. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your association again. Hari Bol, Hari
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
And